Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet.
This review is brought to you in part by Agostini Collectibles. Agostini Collectibles has unveiled the American Car Collection of 143 scale die-cast models. The American Car series brings together some of the most powerful and famous vehicles created by the U.S. automobile industry in a planned series of 80 collectible scale miniatures. Here you see some of the most spectacular American cars that are part of the collection of these fascinating models. Each issue showcases the featured model car and includes its history, technical characteristics, its evolution, and it's illustrated with beautiful photographs in a magazine for it. Now, D'Agostino offers these collections through subscription systems. Check out the link on their site below the review here that details the program there. In short, I can tell you that these are nicely detailed models in 1/43 scale that are very attractive, affordable, and appropriately sized to include in a large collection. Now, you can opt out anytime, and the first issues are specially priced too. These excellent models come in 1/43 scale, and that's about 4 inches long. It's a preferred scale for racing car collectors. Now, every element of the original design is captured in these amazing replicas. It's an accurate and detailed reproduction in die-cast metal with injection molded plastic. They're precision made with realistic detail and hand-painted as well. Each one comes with a clear presentation case, including a display stand with information identifying each car. Now, the model is mounted to the stand with 2 screws to ensure it does not come off its base. And the display case itself is about 6 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 2 3/4 inches high. Each model comes with a magazine that exquisitely illustrates different aspects of it. It talks about the model and gives technical stats about it and describes the model itself in the one-to-one form. Now, it also has a little segment about Made in America, which talks about some. It also includes a little section on USA News, which happened during the evolution and release of the original car or model. Now, the brand talks about the manufacturer that made the car and a little bit of its history. Along with the models that you purchase, you'll also receive some as free gifts. They come at specific intervals during the shipping process, and they're just as exquisite as the others. Here is one of the examples of the free gifts that you would get with your subscription. On your 8th delivery, you'll receive a Shelby Cobra model. I think this is just another great reason for the entire program. I think anybody would love these wonderful die-cast collectibles, and here's why. This review covers the American Cars series, issues 35 through 42. These are 1/43 scale die-cast models from D'Agostini Collectibles. Now, you can buy these through subscription, and there's a link below the review panel here if you want to take part in that program. Issue 35 in this series is the 1969 Pontiac Firebird 400 Coupe. Now, this is a sleek black looking car with a black vinyl top, and in 1969 it was offered as a 2-door hardtop coupe with a 400 cubic inch V8 engine that produced 330 horsepower. The 69 400 coupe came standard with a 3-speed, bucket seats, and red line tires, and also had dual exhaust. Now, optional equipment would include a 4-speed manual, air conditioning, AM/FM radio, and front disc brakes. It featured a sleek and aggressive design, long hood, short deck, and a distinctive split grille with quad headlights. Inside, there were bucket seats, a center console, and a sports steering wheel with optional AC and power windows. With its big engine, it could go 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds with a top speed of 130 miles an hour. Only 723 were built, and the average price today is $42,700. Issue number 36 is the 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass W31. Now, the 70 Cutlass W31 was a package option for the Cutlass S Holiday Coupe, and it had a 325 horsepower Rocket 350 V8 with forced air induction and an aluminum intake. Now, the W31 also had a fiberglass hood with a functional ram air scoop. It was different than the W30 package, which offered a much bigger engine. Now, the engine in this was powered by the 350 cubic inch V8, and it featured special high flow heads, a high lift camshaft, and a modified 4-barrel with a revised intake. It could produce, as we mentioned, about 325 horsepower, which they think may have been a little bit light from the factory and probably was much more. Standard transmission with a 4-speed manual, but a 3-speed turbo was available. Performance was pretty good, with 0 to 60 time at 6.5 seconds and a top speed of 130. Now, the exterior featured unique badging and decals, along with a dual snorkel hood, functional hood scoops, and body stripes. It had a rear spoil and rally wheels. The interior was typical and featured bucket seats, center console, and lots of trim options. Only 1,352 were built. The average price today is around $55,000. Issue 37 is the 1971 Mercury Comet GT. Now, it was a muscle car that added stripes, scoops, bucket seats, and a blacked-out grille to the base model. The base Comet came with a 100 horsepower 6, but the Comet GT had a 302 cubic inch V8. But there were also other engine options available, including a 351 and a 429 cubic inch V8. Now, the transmission was standard for the 3-speed with this unit, and a manual, and a 4-speed manual was also available along with a 3-speed automatic. The Comet GT featured a compact and sporty design. It had, 2-door body style and a distinctive grille, quad headlights, and chrome accents. The GT trim level also had GT badges, the hood scoops, and dual exhaust. Inside, it had bucket seats, a center console, and a sports steering wheel, and other options included power windows and air conditioning. Only 13,000 were built, with today's average price at around $20,200. Issue 38 is the 71 GMC Sprint. It was produced from 71 to 77 and was renamed the Caballero back in 78 when it was redesigned. It was identical to the El Camino except for the name. It featured distinct design that was blended elements of a car and a pickup truck. It had a 2-door body style and a cab similar to a car and a bed for a truck at the rear. The cargo bed was integrated into the vehicle's body, creating a seamless transition from the passenger compartment to the cargo area. Standard engine was a 6-cylinder, but optional engines included a 307, a 350, and even a 402 cubic inch V8. It came with a 3-speed manual, but options included a 4-speed and a 3-speed turbo hydromatic. The exterior had a sleek appearance, and it featured distinctive front grille, quad headlights, GMC badging, and the cargo bed at the rear was often covered with a tonneau cover or a camper shell. Back then, only 5,536 were made, and today's average price is $19,025. Issue 39 is the 1968 Oldsmobile 442 W30. Now, the W30 package had functional air scoops, an aluminum intake, and a longer duration cam, and the standard transmission was a 3-speed column shift with a 2-speed automatic available. Now, it was also equipped on a special W30 package with a 400 cubic inch Rocket V8, which featured high-performance components like a high-lift camshaft, lightweight forged pistons, high-flow heads, and a revised carb. It included also an optional availability for the 455 CID V8 engine, which had 370 horsepower. The transmission was a heavy-duty 3-speed manual, and that was standard, but a 4-speed manual and a 3-speed turbo hydro was available. It could go from 0 to 60 in around 5.5 seconds and had a top speed of 130 miles an hour. The exterior had a unique grille design, dual hood scoops, distinctive badging, also a rear spoiler, sport stripes, and chrome accents. The interior featured bucket seats, a center console, and options like power windows, air conditioning, and an upgraded stereo. Only 150 were built. The average price for this today, $59,300. Issue number 40 is the 1977 Camaro Z28. In this sleek bright white with the accent stripes, it is a real head turner. Now, the 77Z was popular and iconic, and it came out of the Camaro lineup, known for its performance and style. It was equipped with a 5.7-liter, 350 cubic inch V8 engine with 185 horsepower and a 4-barrel carb with dual exhaust. It had a standard transmission of a 4-speed manual, but a 3-speed automatic was also available. The exterior featured a sporty and aggressive design. It had a 2-door body style and a long hood and a short rear deck with a distinctive front grille. The Z28 package also added unique badging, stripes, and special 15-inch wheels. The interior featured bucket seats, a center console, and a sport steering wheel, and had options like air conditioning and power windows. Only 13,000 were built, and the average price today is $35,000. Issue 41 is the 1968 Shelby Mustang GT 500 KR. The Shelby Mustang, which stood for King of the Road, is a highly sought after and iconic muscle car that was produced by Shelby American. Now, it was powered by a 428 cubic inch engine, the Cobra Jet V8. It featured an aluminum intake, a Holley 4-barrel, and a solid lifter camshaft. It produced around 335 horsepower. The standard transmission was a 4-speed manual, but a 3-speed automatic was available. On the outside, it had distinctive and aggressive design looks. It featured a unique fiberglass hood with forward-facing functional hood scoops. The exterior showcased Shelby-specific badging, racing stripes, and various performance-oriented modifications, like rear brake cooling scoops. The interior of the KR had bucket seats, a center console, a sport steering wheel, and optional features including air conditioning and power windows. The KR was known for its impressive performance, offering exhilarating acceleration and strong overall performance. Only 1,571 were built. The average price today, $170,500. Issue 42 is this sleek, jet black 1966 Buick Skylark Grand Sport. The 66 Grand Sport was a muscle car with 340 horsepower 301 CID V8. It had a 4-barrel carb and a heavy-duty suspension with bucket seats, bigger tires, a blacked-out grille, new emblems, and non-functional hood scoops, dual exhaust, and a 2-speed Power Glide automatic transmission. It was also available with a 4-speed manual transmission. Now, the exterior featured distinctive front grille, chrome accents, and Grand Sport badging. Other highlights included dual exhaust, a unique hood vents, and optional vinyl roofs. The interior had bucket seats, a center console, and numerous trim options. It also featured power windows, air conditioning, and an upgraded audio system as options. The factory said it could go from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, but independent tests showed that it was a little more than that, between 7.4 and 7.8. Only 12,047 were built, and today's price is about $28,300. Well, we hope you... but wait, there's more. In your 10th shipment, you get a bonus gift. You'll receive this 1965 Mustang convertible replica to complement your collection. Free of charge, you'll receive this 1965 Ford Mustang convertible. It was introduced in 1964 and became an instant sensation as a compact, stylish car with a long hood and a short deck. It was a classic car that almost single-handedly ended the era that was dominated by large cars. The Mustang convertible was considered one of the most iconic cars ever made. The average 65 Mustang now costs you about $44,200. The base Mustang had a 101 horsepower 6 with a 3-speed manual, but it was also offered a optional engine with a 4.3 liter V8 and a 260 CID V8, along with a high performance 289 with a 4-barrel at 271 horsepower. Now, it came with a 3-speed manual transmission, but optional transmissions were a 4-speed manual and a 3-speed automatic. The interior featured simple yet stylish bucket seats, a floor-mounted shifter, and a sport steering wheel. The Ford Mustang was a huge success for Ford, exceeding sales expectations and running their plants around the clock, and it created a new class of affordable compact sports cars known as pony cars. It became a symbol of freedom, style, and youthful exuberance. 70,000 were built, and they sell for about $40,000 today. Well, we hope you liked this premium kit review of Agostini's die-cast collectibles series called American Cars. And if you don't want to miss any more, please click on the icon on the lower right of any of our reviews to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can find us on Facebook or our website, rideonreplicas.com. Thanks.